Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda. Do you have a favourite place you like to go to? One of my favourite places is quite close to where we live. It's called Reheska. It's a forest, there's a lake and a forest around it and little paths, and you can walk around the lake. And it's just so peaceful, and particularly I find if I go reasonably early in the morning, just after they open the gates into the place, there's often nobody else there, and I can take our dogs there. And the dogs love running among the trees, hunting around, rooting around, sniffing everything that they can, and I just find it so peaceful. Now, sometimes, I don't always go there, don't always have the time. Often if I'm pushed for time, I just take the dogs out onto the road where we live and walk them down the road. It's still nice, but it's not as good as taking them to Reheska. So when I've got time, I walk the dogs around Reheska Lake. And I always feel a sense of peace, and it's always a place where I can just think about things, think it through, bring them to the Lord in prayer. Like I say, very often don't meet anyone else there. Now, apparently Reheska is not only my favourite place, it's been other people's favourite place as well. In fact, I noticed that as you walk around the lake, you come across a stone bench there that has been put there in memory of Joe Torres. Now Joe was a local guy in Dunleer, close to where I live, and Joe used to, for many years, ran a shop, Pat's Gift Shop, in the village of Dunleer, and he was killed. He was killed in a motorcycle accident just outside the Valley Inn. So obviously his family or somebody has put this in memory of Joe, and it's just a stone bench, and on it are the words, "I'm off to Reheska." So I'm guessing that Joe liked to go to Reheska. I'm guessing it was maybe one of his favourite places as well, and if so, that's a very fitting way to remember somebody. But like I say, I do love going to Reheska. It's one of my favourite places. Now, whatever your favourite place is, what I tell you where should be our favourite place, and as Christians, that's the place where we pray. And I would actually encourage you, if you have a favourite place, make a practice of going to that place to pray. Now, obviously, if it's Lanzarote or somewhere, you're not going to be doing that too often. But if you have a favourite place that's nearer to home, easier to get to, I would encourage you, go there to pray. And very soon that place, which is already a favourite place, becomes associated with prayer. And I've discovered that praying in a favourite place really helps prayer to become a delight. And of course, you can pray absolutely anywhere. And I've prayed some powerful prayers in some of the most miserable places because that was where I needed God to break through the most. So I'm not saying to only pray in a nice place, but find one of your favourite places and make a practice of praying there. And you know what? It makes it so easier. So it's so easier to pray. It makes it so much more easy to spend time in the Lord's presence when you've got a practice of spending time in God's presence in what is one of your favourite places. I found it certainly works for me. It encourages me to go to Reheska more, and it encourages me to go to the Lord more in prayer. So again, stop and think, is there a favourite place you have that's somewhere that's fairly easy to get to, you can get to on a regular basis? Then why not make that a place of prayer and just see what that does to your prayer life? God bless you today. Join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.